everyone's talking about vibe coding in 2026, I'll show you the exact step-by-step guide from how to set it up to how to make your first prompt. And at the end of this, I'm going to give you something that most people don't even know about. It's a context document that makes Claude Code 10 times more efficient. It changes everything. If you don't have it, you're just going to create more AI slop that is going to fall onto the pile. Let's jump straight into it. Before you install Claude Code, you need to download two things. The first one is called Homebrew. This is for all Mac users. If you've never heard of it, don't stress. It's basically an app store for your terminal. Instead of going to a website and downloading something, you type in one command and the terminal installs it for you. That's all it does. The second thing is Node. This is for Mac and Windows users. Node is an engine that runs Claude Code behind the scenes. You don't need to understand it. You just need it installed. And you need a Claude account. This is very important, and a lot of people do not actually explain this step because it doesn't sound as amazing as, oh, it's completely free. Claude is not free. It starts at $20 a month, so just keep that in mind. Cool, let's install. So if you guys actually go to my Instagram and DM me the word setup, then I will send you guys this document that I use. It separates Mac and Windows users setup. So Mac users, you are yellow. Windows users, you are blue. So for Mac users, you have to go to your terminal and then you have to paste in this command. Then you have to type in your computer password. And then there we go. This is going to install Homebrew on your computer. So press enter to continue. There we go. And then this is going to install it on your system. But because I have already installed it, it's going to tell me that it is installed. And in this case, it is updating it. So there we go. That is super cool. For Windows users, you don't need Homebrew. So you guys are safe for now. So the next step is to install Node.js. For my Mac users, open your terminal again. Bam. Paste that bad boy, brew install Node in there. But there you go, you should see some. For my Windows users, you guys can just go to this website and click on get node.js. Go through the installer process and then you guys are ready to go. So now you guys must check if it works. So both Windows and Mac users can open their terminal /PowerShell and then they can just type in this node -- version. It's going to give you the version of Node, and that's actually going to tell you that Node is installed on your computer and you are ready for the next step. Okay, so the next step is going to be download Visual Studio. You can download Visual Studio for Windows, you can download it for Mac. This is very important because this is what we're actually going to use to work with Claude Code. So get that installed. Let's hop on to the next step. So this step is very crucial. You don't need it, but this is going to make a day and night difference in your Claude Code projects. So when you guys have DM'd me the word setup, you guys will also have this file. So this file, when it's extracted, this is context documents, and what this basically does is it tells Claude Code exactly who you are, what your business is, who your business serves, what your key metric plans are. So let me show you guys how to set this up. Open up the Claude workspace template, open up the context. As you guys can see, there's 4 different documents here. So for my Mac users, press with 2 fingers, open with, text edit. So my advice to you guys is copy this, go to ChatGPT or normal Claude. So let me show you guys an example. Open up Claude and then paste it in. And just say, ask me questions in order for me to fill this in with as much context as possible. And then Claude is actually going to go and ask you questions. This is going to guide you in order to give it as much context as possible. So as you guys see, it popped up a bunch of questions. Just fill in these questions and make sure that you don't lie to it. Give it all the metrics, give it as much detail as possible, because this is super crucial to help you get as best outcome as possible. Okay, cool. So when you've installed Visual Studio, this is very important. I want you guys to click on File, Open Folder, and then select that skeleton that I provided you guys after filling in the context. Bam. What you guys can do now is there's 2 options. I'm going to show you the way that other people take, and I'm going to show you the way that I like it. So option number 1 is you can come down here, you can click on this, and you can just install it straight here. I did install it. I don't use it at all. So this is not the one that I recommend. 7 million people have done it this way. So it's completely optional. It's your choice. The way that I do it, that I find way more efficient, coming up to terminal, clicking on new terminal, going back to that document, copying this line for Mac users, pasting it in there. It's going to install Claude Code. For my Windows users, you need to install Git for Windows. If you don't have it, install it. Then you have 2 options. You have the Windows PowerShell, where you paste that into the Windows PowerShell, or you have option number 2, which is Windows CMD, and you just paste this in there, and that'll install Claude on your computer as well. So as you guys can see, I already have Claude Code installed. When you've done this, I want you guys to type in Claude. That is going to ensure that you guys have actually installed it. So if you guys see this little octopus, it means it's installed. So then type /login, and then you have 3 options. So the first option is a Claude account with a subscription, where you have the Pro, Max, Team or Enterprise plan. The second option is the Anthropic console account, which is API usage billing. And then the third one is third-party platforms. I don't even know where this starts or ends. This is very expensive. If you develop with Anthropic console account, it can get extremely expensive. So this can actually rack up cost very fast. If you guys are like me and you guys don't have a big budget to start, just use a Claude account with a subscription. Get the Pro plan, start with the $20 plan. If you guys enter here, it's actually going to open Claude, and then it's going to ask you to log in with your Claude account if you haven't logged in. If you have logged in, it's just going to ask you to authorize. Make sure you guys have a linked account and make sure you guys have a plan. So my advice to you is build with the Claude subscription because it replenishes daily usage. Don't start with an Anthropic API. When you guys want to deploy this to a live server and have your code running 24/7, then you have to take the Anthropic API integration route, and that will cost you money on a daily basis. But for the building stages and for the time that you don't make money with it, just use the Claude subscription plan. It works amazing. The only limitation to that is you have to have your terminal open in order for your console to actually work. So when this is done, you guys are logged in, you guys are set up, you guys answered all those questions that Claude asked you. I want you to open up a new terminal, and then I want you guys to type in the word Claude. So we're going to open a new instance, and then after Claude is launched, I want you guys to say /prime. So what /prime does is it's going to read through all of this context that you gave Claude. It's going to read through previous work that you've done, and then it's going to launch it with as much context as possible. As you guys can see, Claude did a full analysis and breakdown of what is in my context files. Obviously, I didn't fill in any context, and I'm not going to show you guys what I'm working on now. That is for later videos. But for the case of this video, what you guys must do now is click on Shell Alliances. I usually just copy this. There's probably another way to set this up, but I just copy this, and then I paste it into Claude, and then I tell Claude I want to access CR when I launch a new terminal. So what this is going to do is it's actually going to read up on what is CR and CS. You guys can read through all of this if you guys want. Long story short is CR has no parameters and it doesn't ask you questions. In this case, it's going to ask you if it can set up this. So press 1, it's going to set this up, and then this is going to save you guys a lot of time. If you guys run in CS, that's also fine. There's no limitations to that. The only difference is you're going to have to answer questions every single time you prompt because it needs your admin permission. As you guys can see, I already have it in my terminal. So if I kill this terminal now, I open up a new terminal, I type in the word CR, it's going to open Claude, it's going to /prime automatically, and it's going to be ready for action. Okay, cool. So what you've guys done now is you've installed Claude Code, you've put full context about who you are, what you're trying to build, what your aspirations are, and Claude Code is ready to be your Jarvis. So now you can build whatever you like. My suggestion is to start off by building something small, like something that reads through your emails and gives you reports on what emails were important and automatically reply to those emails. Or you can look at building a personal assistant. Your only limitation with Claude Code is your imagination. So always be aware that if you give vague prompts, you're going to create AI slop. If you give in-depth prompts, you guys are going to create AI gold that's going to make you a lot of money and save you a lot of time. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know in the comments what you guys want me to build and want me to review.